Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
As a part of BVRIT Media, we took initiative to ask few questions on behalf of the students of BVRIT. So here are a few questions. The first question is that many students, like the new students, are just coming only for CSE and IT, like according to the industries going on right now. So, what our college makes much more special apart of the CSE and IT?
It's a very good question. In fact, a lot of parents have been calling me up also, a lot of students, my own relatives, friends. And obviously it's a fact that with the boom in the IT sector in our country, maybe about 20 years back, a lot of jobs are available for computer science and IT graduates. But having said that, if you look at all the other branches, according to me, opportunities are there not only in the core branch but also in the IT field if you do any other branch. You take my own example. For example, you take chemical engineering, the subject which I did. Now 40 years back when I did chemical engineering, it was hardcore, it was heat transfer, mass transfer, all those traditional subjects. But today's chemical engineers actually also learn coding. They also learn instrumentation. They also learn electronics. And without those skills, today even a chemical engineering student can't really do well in life. So what I always say is a core sector branch, you have two options. You can work in the core sector or you can shift to software. But vice versa, you can't do it. A computer science or an IT student can't shift to any other field. And just a few hours back, we inaugurated our Vishnu Space Engineering Center. And the director of special projects DRDO, Dr. Srinivasa Shastri, a very eminent scientist, he in fact, to tell you very frankly, answered the question, saying that it's a misconception that it is only for electronic students. We require mechanical students to actually do the fabrication of the satellite. We require the communication engineers for the antennas and other things. We require electrical engineers for the power supply. More importantly, we need coders, we need people with the IT and computer science background to analyze all the data which is coming from these various satellites. So absolutely, in fact, according to me, the students should pursue their own interests, but they should also have the flexible mindset. Today, for example, a dentist also is using artificial intelligence. And just imagine a dentist has not studied mathematics after the 10th class. Imagine in intermediate you have not done mathematics, you have done biology, but today you are actually using AI to improve your practice. So they actually pick up some statistic skills. So all these examples I'm giving you, and mainly to bring in confidence among the students that don't give too much weightage to your branch. In fact, if you go to the US today, there is no computer science department standalone. In fact, in many universities, the computer science department is attached to the arts college. The engineering college has got something like the Department of Engineering, Electrical Engineering and Computer Engineering. The whole basis of computer science starts from mathematics and physics, as do other branches. It so happens today that because of the digital revolution, all these traditional fields also there's an overlap with coding and IT. So my request to the students and to the parents is don't actually go by what the public says, because if you look at the outcomes, basically we have to look at the outcomes. Some of the best packages across our group of colleges have been achieved in the software industry by electrical engineers, by mechanical engineers, and in the core sector also.
We have another set of students who really want to pursue one particular branch or one particular way, and they end up in going into other branches, like say suppose a few students want CSE and they end up becoming a mechanical engineer.
Right.
So what suggestion you give to those students and parents?
Right. It's a very good question again, because your branch and college is probably not your first preference. Maybe it's your second choice. And the example which you gave, let us say a mechanical student wants to do something in computer science. BVRIT Narsapur being autonomous, we have the flexibility to go for more of these electives. And also we have a system of you can do a major in mechanical engineering, you can do a minor in say computer science, like you can take up a lot of coding subjects and all that. So that is possible. And today there are a lot of overlapping fields. Like for example, there's a field called mechatronics. Okay, so there the mechanical engineers are supposed to know electronics. And all of us know today any mechanical device or electronics device is all digitally connected. So you can't get away from coding. Okay, so you need to know some kind of a code. So in addition to that, this particular campus has got the flexibility because of the autonomous status, and then we also have the CBFC, the choice-based credit system. So the students can actually sit with their advisors and then decide after the second year to take more courses in the branch which they wanted to have actually taken in the first place. So that way what happens is students tomorrow, they can also be more flexible in the job market. Because you look at the automobile industry, for example. So traditionally, 30 years back, it was mostly for mechanical engineers. But today, if you look at a modern automobile, more than mechanics, it's computer science, electronics, instrumentation, electrical. And a lot of diagnostics are there to actually now repair cars. So I don't see any problem for students who didn't get the branch of their choice. But once you come here, you can actually do those courses. Take part in interdisciplinary programs, interdisciplinary labs, and then fulfill their dreams. So that's very much possible. Okay, only thing they have to work a little bit hard.
Yeah. There's another question, sir. Like, what may be the career path if the completion of upcoming batches in the respective domains? Like, how would be the opportunities in the future for all of
Yes.
the upcoming?
So I keep telling this to a lot of students, like especially students who are joining this year. Technology is changing so rapidly that by the time they pass out after 4 years, they might be working in fields which have not yet been invented today. So, and everything is not just related to the syllabus we study. So we should have an open mind and the urge to learn. Okay. So having said that, when you come to our country, India, I see a very great future in the next 5 years, more specifically post the pandemic. And being from the industry, I'm seeing a lot of investment is coming in the manufacturing sector. And you probably have heard of the Government of India's PLI scheme. It's called the Production Linked Incentive Scheme. So far, you take a mobile phone, for example. Yes, in India, we have companies making mobile phones, but most of the components are imported and we do the assembly here. The government wants to change that. Whether it's a mobile phone, whether it's an automobile, whether it's a refrigerator, air conditioner, aerospace, they've identified about 15, 16 sectors where they want multinational companies to come and invest in the primary components also here. So, and for that they're giving them a lot of tax breaks. Okay, and already in the last 6 months we have seen a lot of money coming into India by multinational companies, big multinational companies, taking advantage of the PLI scheme of the Government of India. Now this will open up a lot of opportunities for our students, engineering students, irrespective of the branch. It can be in design, it can be in R&D, it can be in actual manufacturing, cutting across all disciplines. So if you look at engineering students, for example, you take a branch like biomedical, medical devices. Just about 15-20 kilometers from here we have the Sultanpur Medical Device Park, and a lot of companies are investing there. So they require biomedical engineers, and every state now wants to attract companies in the field of low-cost medical devices. So I see a great future for engineering students if they want to stick to core engineering. But we see a lot of students who have other aspirations. Some people might want to go for civil services, some people might want to get into management, and many people might want to become entrepreneurs. So whatever it is, I feel that a good engineering degree makes a person think analytically and logically. That's what is required tomorrow in life. And engineers make good managers, they make good entrepreneurs, and they also make very good bureaucrats. In fact, if you look at our SP right now, Medak District SP, she's a computer science graduate from IIT Delhi, and she's got into civil services. Because decision making, actually an engineer can do it very well because we have been trained to think logically and analytically. So I think there are multiple career options. It all depends on what the student requirement is. Okay?
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable advices.
Thank you.